Yo, what's the deal? What's the deal? It's your boy Red in the building. You now tuned in to In the Building podcast. And we got a special guest in this motherfucker, man. Episode 4, man. Hold on, let me just give him an intro real quick, man, because he deserved that intro, man. I'm talking about Mr. Outside. I'm talking about Mr. Ghetto. I'm talking about from the east side of Watts to the motherfucking IE, man. You know what I'm saying? All over. We talking about Scarf Dog. Trucarr, man. The truest, man.
I appreciate you for having me.
Man.
So intro immaculate too on your things.
Hey, I'm just getting better.
I feel that nice, sharpen the tools.
Man, for sure, man. And talking about you, bro, like, I just gotta let you know, like, it's bro, I've been following you as far as your music, your story, right? From the beginning. I'm actually kind of, I feel like I'm a part of that story a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
I like when it's like that. You can't really like, when you're an artist, you really can't like, you gotta damn near let the people in, you feel me? So they can really like feel you type shit.
Word.
So when you put the music out, they be like, okay, now I understand where you're coming from. So Mike, go ahead.
No, that's a fact, bro. The reason why I say I'm kind of, I feel like I'm a part of that story because you got something called Clocked In Worldwide, right?
Yeah.
And you've been doing that shit for a minute. But a long time ago, I had something called Time Worldwide. I don't know if you remember. You know what I'm saying? My name, I was Red in the building, Red the God, Time Worldwide. You feel what I'm saying? And I had my shit going back then. You got your shit bubbling back then. I was with Vish Mode. Shout out to Contra. Shout out to Zico, because I was your boy. You feel me? And you hit me up on the DM like, hey, yo, this your shit? Like, you feel what I'm saying? I'm like,
yeah, see, I was around that time too. Anything was like worldwide, I was trying to see.
you was on it, yeah. I remember, but I was like, yeah, I'm doing my shit. You feel what I'm saying? I'm bubbling too, nigga. You doing your shit. We got two different things. You feel me? But at the end of it, it was all respect. Like you was like, yo, keep doing your shit, but I'm gonna keep doing my shit. You know, it's still Clocked In Worldwide, and I respected that. You feel what I'm saying? I done been through many movements after that. But you still stuck in with Clocked In Worldwide, right?
Gotta hold this shit down.
Talk about that, bro, because that's like I said, that was like the beginning of Trucarr right there, Clocked In Worldwide. What is that entity, and like what does it mean to you as far as that? Like,
Really shit, you don't know what's crazy about that shit. I got clocked in from working at a job. Me and Zico was working there. We was at a warehouse. My nigga Kayla worked there too.
okay,
So you punch in your numbers and shit like that. In the warehouse, it said your name, and then it said clocked in. This person has clocked in.
okay,
You feel me? So me and my boy used to be at the job and shit like that. You feel me? Like when we used to be at the job, we were down there. This warehouse is big as fuck.
Right.
So we were down there, duck off in that motherfucker. So we were still like clocked in without even being there. So we were down there be like in the car smoking on. We were down there leave for a whole day. Like you feel me? Go clock in and leave for the whole day. Come and want to sit back over and come punch back in until they got like, you feel me? You know, they fired us after a while, but I got the method or the word clocked in from that. And then I just took it and was like, shit, I'm clocked in 25/8.
you got a ring to it, you know what I'm saying?
No matter where I'm at, because I'm still working, I'm still getting my money, you feel me? And then shit, I just applied it to life, and then I was like, shit, since I'm doing this rapping shit, that can be my team thing, because everybody can relate to being clocked in, everybody trying to get some money or something like that, and then there ain't nothing that's like my name, that somebody got to rip somebody's name or something like that, or it sounds crazy. You get down there and put this on a grocery store or anything, it's marketable, you feel me?
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's how I think about it.
And that's why, like you said, like anybody can relate to you because you're like, you know, I feel like you're not just, even though you come from the hood, like, you know, you come from outside of Nixon Gardens, right? You know, outside of Watts, right? You're coming outside of there, but you're not like the typical, like, you know, whoever gang banging, you know what I'm saying, all that shit.
I'm a
cool nigga to yourself.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. So how does that, like, tell me about that start as far as like growing up, like in the Nickerson, coming out the Knicks, you know, at an early age and everything, and finding yourself as far as
shit. I said not out the Knicks, but around the corner from the Knicks. You gotta understand.
Let me know, cause I'm from Brooklyn here. And tell me.
I ain't from the Knicks. I'm from around the corner.
Okay.
But being at the fact, like being in the environment and stuff like that, you gotta understand it. Or especially like the fact that I had like an uncle that was super gang banged out, and I already did ABC all the way to Z. You feel me?
Right.
So I already had that, like, you feel me, person that was over me that feel like, you feel me, both do that shit. Ain't nobody else was doing nothing else. So it was like having that person right there, and he was already on us about like doing something. I was like the last generation. My uncle was like on the time when he was like, man, this shit cool. You know how when you be around your little cousins, you be laughing like when they do like little burnt out shit. Yeah, my uncle wasn't having that. Like, you feel me? So
he made sure he nipped that in the bud right in the middle.
At my age group. But then again, you gotta understand, I'm still going to school. I still be outside, so I'm still seeing that. But then again, I gotta go back home. You feel me? I'm all that, so I'm still, you feel me, going through the motion. But other than that, you feel me? Started giving us money, my mom money and stuff like that, and put me in sports and shit like that. So I was like, you feel me? Doing other shit, so I wasn't being able to be focused on bullshit all day, doing that type of shit, and then end up moving to the IE with my brother. Goddamn, getting in all these goddamn situations where he going to jail, start doing bad shit and stuff like that.
So what time? Well, I mean, let's not go too fast because you was talking about your mom. You got moms and pops there, or you just moms there?
That was just moms at the time.
Okay.
But I'm just speaking on the fact that, like, you feel me, having a, you know, when being around like the environment and stuff like that, and being not lost in the sauce, or not
getting into that,
lost and just being stuck in the environment.
Yeah, I got you.
So being based on the fact that my uncle was always around me, and then my brother was going to jail. I got an older brother that, man, my uncle stopped that in my generation.
Right.
So my brother was still doing whatever the fucking uncle was doing type shit. You feel me? I'm still, you feel me, wiggling through the streets.
How old is your brother? Like, what's the age difference?
3 years away from
3
me.
years? Okay.
Yeah.
That's your only sibling that you got, or you got?
I got another brother too on my dad's side.
Okay.
And I got 2 sisters.
Okay.
But besides that, goddamn, it was just to the point where it was like, after a while, when my brother started getting in trouble and shit like that, I probably was like in 5th grade, 6th grade, going to jail, shit and watch. My mom down there moved us to the IE. Okay. So it also gave me another perspective on life because I was around motherfuckers that wasn't having to be so stuck or structured up every day. You feel me? Like when you in the trenches, you gotta damn near be on the swivel every day, or you gotta be on 10, or a motherfucker gonna be at you angry every day because you feel me. They on bullshit every day.
That's a fact.
You feel me? So now I'm around these other people that wasn't like that all day. It was like shit.
So it was more Latinos, more whites out there?
Like, white people, Caucasian, whatever you want to call it.
You was in Ontario, right?
Ontario for a little bit. I was in
Shout out to Ontario, man. Ontario Mills, man.
Ontario, Valley. Shit, I went up the hill. My sister was up the hill for like a goddamn year. So I wasn't living there, but I was in there, you know, I was going to her house. So I said I was up the hill for like goddamn a year.
Okay.
I was there a year, but you know, just going up there to a crib, shit. And then after a while, like, you feel me, when high school got over, when I graduated, I moved to Moreno Valley. And then we moved back to fucking Ontario because my brother went to jail when he went to the IE too.
Damn.
So I moved back to where my granny stayed. My mom moved us with our granny.
That was in Moreno Valley?
That was in Ontario.
Okay.
And then when I moved back to Ontario, I graduated. After I graduated, I started doing the music.
So IE, like, so pretty much IE is like, that's like, you could say, that's really your background and shit. I mean,
Watts is like the background to the point where it's based on, like, to the point where it'd be like, that's why I grew up to the point where it's like, it raised me type shit, or it like structured me. But then again, when I went to like the IE, it's a background too, because it was like to the point where it like damn near like gave me another perspective on life.
Right.
You get me? Yeah. Like, so
I definitely know.
Watts damn near had me on some alright. It gave me like, I had to be a man, even though at a young age, you feel me, you just gotta be tough, you feel me, or whatever. Right. Now when I went to IE, I damn near like, you feel me, not saying that it's bunk or nothing like that, but I moved to a slower part, you feel me, so it was like to the point where I could focus on something else. So it gave me more of an intellectual mindset, like.
But was you still on like?
I was stiff when I first came, and then you feel me, you gotta understand until I move around and start meeting people and other people that's like me and shit like that. Or when I go to Moreno Valley and there's really motherfuckers like me in the city and shit like that, that's when the nigga damn near getting damn near thrown off and still doing like little bullshit and shit, being like I'm back in Watts or some shit.
Right.
You feel me?
Okay, well, we could say that, you know, IE and Watts raised you and molded you, right?
Yeah.
Where, as far as you said, you went out to, you was in high school and middle school out there, right? As far as
I was in elementary. I got an elementary and middle school in Watts, and then I went to Ontario High, fucking Merino Valley High School, Canyon Springs, and then I did a continuation, and then I had to go back to Ontario.
Oh shit, nigga was in continuation.
Yeah, nah, I was that, like I said, I started getting around, like when I moved to Merino Valley, it was more motherfuckers around the area that was like on time that I was on, so you gotta understand, I started getting lost back in the sauce, you feel me? I'm hanging out with niggas, we probably busting jugs, doing this, doing that.
Whatever y'all need to do,
on everything. So until my mama moved me back to the IE where it was kind of back slow, that's when I got back focused up, you feel me? And then graduated.
Well, I mean, like, you was talking about products of your environments, right? Like, not being that, but like you said, like, you know, Watts was kind of like that in Modu, but like in Merino Valley, from versus Ontario, I'm hearing that Merino Valley, they call it Murder Valley. So I mean,
so this is what I'm saying, like, being around.
If you didn't get it in Watts, you was gonna get it in Murder Valley either way. You
so,
gonna find out.
In a sense, that's what I'm saying. Like, I started running into people like me, like for a while, like, you feel me, my mom moved us away. She thought it was more cool to move deeper in the IE, so when we moved to Merino Valley, I started finding out it was more motherfuckers like Watts, like, damn, nigga, it's turned out here too. So you feel me, when I'm meeting around those people and I'm with those people, you feel me, we getting into bullshit, doing bullshit, you feel me?
Word.
Stuff like that.
Did you play any sports out there? Like,
I didn't play sports. Remember I told you my uncle down there made me play sports when I was young. He didn't make me, I wanted to play sports, but then again, I stopped playing sports after middle school and I moved to Merino Valley. And then I wasn't playing no sports because I started getting around the people that was more on the bullshit time, you feel me?
So was you taking the bullshit to school, or you was just like, fuck school, I got judged to do? Like, was you like just showing it? Were you showing up to school and like?
No, we'll go to school. We'll go to school. Everybody don't go to school. But we'll leaving that motherfucker, or we'll meet up at, like, you feel me? In the morning we'll probably go like to like. It's like a grocery store at the top of the hill. We'll go up there, you feel me? Everybody meet right there and go do something, and then we'll be at school when lunch start, you feel me? Like, of course, our moms thought we was going to school, but we wasn't going to school. I didn't have letters at the school. That's why I had to go to continuation school, because I had so many missed days of school. I didn't have no credits. So my 11th grade year, I had to go to a continuation school.
I know, mom was pissed.
Hell yeah. Well, she had got a call, like, you feel me? Well, the police had sent a little letter where they was saying, like, oh, and you feel me? Mom going to work at like 5 in the morning. She worked far from Merino Valley, so you feel me? She was gone before we had to go to school, so you know we probably staying home.
You got extra time to do what the fuck you wanted to do, type shit.
And then I ain't have my pops at home. My uncle lived in a whole nother spot, so it was like, shit, we doing what we want to do for real. Not saying that I was saying like fuck with my mom, raise or something, but it was just like shit. Just start getting lost in the sauce, being around other motherfuckers and just, you feel me?
You know what I'm saying? It's even like, it could go either way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Me, I was playing basketball, nigga, senior year. When I found out I was graduating, my nigga, I started fucking up. You know, remember Blue Dream? You remember that?
Oh yeah, the basketball team, yeah.
No, I'm talking about the weed.
Oh yeah.
Nigga, I was smoking Blue Dream every day.
The basketball team, like, never mind, I think it was called like Blue Magic or some shit.
Oh, yeah, it was a basketball team?
A travel team that ran over that shit.
Oh, for sure.
But Blue Dream on one, that was like the first little week. I feel like that was the exotic weed for us.
Yeah, like niggas was smoking that shit, getting high, like saying, fuck school, nigga, we gon', you feel me? But let's just talk about the transformation to like the nigga Scarf Dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that where Scarf Dog was born? Like, where did that come from? Like, that alias Scarf Dog? Or that, like, was that your rap name before, or is this just a nickname that you?
It always been an alter ego, but then again, how can I say? I think one day, me and Zico was about to shoot a video, and I just wanted to do something different. I'm like, man, I gotta do something different in the video. And Brody just had a scarf on the side, and I just put a scarf on, and I just started putting scarves on that day, like from that day on. But then again, I ain't really have it fully planned out how I wanted to be Scarf Dog, you feel me? Yeah. So it was to the point where I was doing it, but you feel me, was doing it to like a light base, to the point where you gotta understand at the beginning stages, I was going to go do it the cheap way. I was going to go get some like goddamn $25 loafers on my mama. They was coming yellow, red, blue, black, motherfucking brown. All of that was I was putting that shit on, and then putting a collar shirt on, putting the skinny jeans on with a belt buckle, you feel me? Put a scarf on my head.
Cause I remember them times like when you was first coming out as far as the rapping shit, and I was like, I'll see you with the scarves on and shit. I'm like, yeah, this that, and you have a Band-Aid on occasionally too. With the Band-Aid. So we gonna talk about as far as like the first song that really came about on the net, which was with Zico, the young nigga.
Oh yeah, we shot that in the PJ.
The young nigga. That shit was hard. I was like, yo, who the the fuck is this nigga? 'Cause I knew Zico,
Yeah.
but that was the first time, your first introduction, right?
We recorded that with Ron. You know what that is?
Yeah, Ron, the producer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to Ron. Tell me about that. Like, was that your first ever like song that you recorded? Like, how did you start? Like, how did you even start rapping, bro? Like, to get to that point.
It was in high school when I was in Ontario, and I went back to my after I caught up with my credits and everything. I had moved back to Ontario from here already.
Okay, so you hear that he ain't no look. He caught up with his credits, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like
at the continuation school, I caught up with my credits, and I moved back to Ontario with my granny.
Okay.
When I was living out there, goddamn, I had a Spanish homie named Christian. Brody took me like at the end of the year. You feel me? We played football together. So at the end of the year, Brody took me to like a show called Paid Dues.
Alright.
When I'm at the show, they start mosh pitting. I'm like, buddy, I ain't never coming back to this shit, nigga, unless I'm on the stage or working for this motherfucker.
Did you get hit?
Hell nah, we just got dirty. So I was like, nigga, but it's still the whole little what was going on. I'm like, man, this ain't my type of party.
Yeah.
You feel me? But it was fun. It was a dope experience. I'm like, man, I ain't coming here again unless I'm working for this motherfucker on the stage. Lucky to say, I'm on the stage. I ain't even fucking working for that motherfucker. I done did Rolling Loud, motherfucking Lyrical Lemonade stages, all type of shit.
Yeah.
That shit lovely on everything. Shout out to TVE too, we done did TVE stages, all type of shit.
So he got you started rapping and like was like
Right after that next day, you feel me, I went to my family house. We was having like a family get together, and then everybody was in the room. They was rapping already. I just walked up in there playing rapping, and one of my cousins pulled me to the side like, "Ain't your voice sound hard." I mean, I went to school the next day and found somebody with a studio, and I was rapping in the closet. Shit.
and was that and like you from the jump, like you know how some niggas was like, oh yeah, I don't like my voice and hearing my voice type shit. Like, were you nervous on the mic and shit?
My
like,
voice, you gotta understand, like you just what we were talking about before we even started the interview.
Yeah.
My voice, I always thought my voice is raspy, especially compared to what I was already hearing in the music. I'm like, damn, my voice raspy as fuck. Or it's like I just sound hella different now that I'm hearing myself. So I had told the engineer like to put like some little bullshit on my voice to make it smooth and not like it was like it wasn't the auto-tune, but it was like voice.
Like is it like not is it Melodyne?
Something like that.
Something
so
like, okay.
When he did that, voice pitch correction or something.
Oh, okay. So you was working like when you was recording like in Logic or some shit like
Yeah.
that? Okay, yeah, I know.
So
Shout out to see Logic, you taking over the game, alright? Bet. Alright.
That was in the beginning though.
Okay.
I'm on Pro Tools now. But
I mean, yeah, that's the industry standard, yeah, you know, but
in the beginning, I was on Logic for sure. But I had learned in the beginning, it was like I was shy for my voice, so I damn near was like telling the engineer to do that.
Okay.
It took me until like I made like a song called like Get That Feeling, I think, and another song before that, and I was really using my voice because I ended up recording with some different engineers, and the song ended up sounding hard. I was like, man, shit, I'm gonna start doing that, and then like a couple years later, I ended up making Outside, and I really knew like, damn.
Wait, hold on. This nigga Trucarr, yo. This nigga really the car, like he going fast, you know what I'm saying? Look, hold on. Because from rapping, you know what I'm saying, with the homie, right? To the song Young Nigga. That's what I'm saying. Like how long, like when was that?
Young Nigga came like, damn, that was before Get That Feeling too.
Okay.
So even around that time, I recorded with somebody different.
Right.
I noticed like people was telling me around that time, like, oh shit, your raspy voice, this shit dope.
Yeah, so I'm not even just the raspiness of your voice, but it sounds like the cadence. You know what I'm saying? You kind of have an accent when you like. It sounds like you from the South. Like, you know what I'm saying? Is that like something that everybody always told you about? Like,
Yeah, but my mama from fucking Louisiana and my dad from Mississippi, so that's already like embedded type shit.
That's how, you know what I'm saying? Because that's where it come from. You know, they sound like they from the South too when they talking to you, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? They got the Southern end. Yeah, okay. Because it makes sense, because it's just like if someone was growing up in a Spanish household and their parents is
for
Spanish,
sure. And then you gotta understand,
Jamaican
like,
household with me.
during them fucking school years and shit like that, during the summer and shit, I was in there flying or driving to the South like with my uncle and shit like that.
Oh, so you was going down there?
We out there for like 3 months. You feel me? I might fuck around and do like half a school year out there and then come back. You feel me?
Okay, so how was it like, you know what I'm saying, like going from the West to the South and shit, like, and going, like you said, doing like little school runs out there as far as school stints out there. How was
That
that?
school different than motherfucker. School out there different than the motherfucker. The whole vibe was different. For real, I was really like goddamn.
What was that, middle school?
Type shit. Yeah. My uncle was taking us out there. It was around the time when motherfuckers was wearing plaid. You know when motherfuckers used to wear the plaid cargo.
Yeah, the shirts and shit like that.
Yeah, we had to match and everything.
So is that where you say you got your steez from as far as like you brought that?
No, hell no.
No, it's just straight Cali?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just like it was just a phase that I nigga went through probably.
Okay. So, True Forever, right?
Yeah.
True Forever series, you got My Journey, that's the start. That's really like your first project, right? That's what I was gonna say, okay, RP, your daughter, right?
Facts.
That had to be like, man, like, you know, me becoming a father right now, you got more kids, right?
Yeah.
And that's probably like the hardest thing I can't even imagine. So like, for you to even put that to music, I even told you about that too when we first met, as far as when we talked about that Time or Why shit.
Yeah,
I was cause you told me about that. You like, yo, I just lost my daughter, at that time, right? And I was like, man, like I respect you for even like, you know what I mean? So talk about that, like, what was the process as far as like not the personal, but
I really used
the aftermath and making the music and making that album to dedicate to your daughter.
The aftermath was all motivation. You feel me? Of course, when you're going through something, it's gonna be like, you feel me, hell. You feel me? It's just like I ain't trying to compare it to sports or nothing like that, but it was just like hell week when the situation happened. Like, of course, when you're like, damn, I'm fucked up about the situation. But after that, you gotta get out of hell week and be able to go fucking play ball now. You feel me? Now you gotta use certain of this shit as motivation or as fuel to motherfucker keep you going. So that's what I really did with the situation. To the point where it was like, you feel me, I couldn't be down every day or fucking damn crying or down there. And so, because you gotta understand, it's motherfuckers that's like, you feel me, especially before I was who I was, you feel me, to the point where people know me.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't give a fuck what I go through. You know, this motherfucker probably wouldn't give a fuck what I go through. So you feel me, you gotta carry that shit like off your sleeve and just, I'm about to do whatever I gotta do. So, but that shit is kind of fucked up because you feel me, especially as men, you feel me, to be going through shit like that and then be not like, you feel me, to show our emotions or go through it like we don't give a fuck. You don't ever know this type of whatever is built up in this type of shit. You did.
Right.
So really, I just did that though. You feel me?
Yeah.
Just,
So I
you feel
mean,
me? Used it as motivation as fuel to keep me going. I ain't never let the situation like break me down or be like, you feel me, I can't do this no more because I feel like, you feel me, this situation happened. I'm not about to stop.
yeah.
I feel like she looking on it and I'm about to do whatever I gotta do.
No, most definitely. And that's like I said, that was like powerful for you to make that like your first project, like a project, you know what I'm saying, that you starting off with to be, you know,
for sure.
bringing everybody into your world.
That project,
you know what I mean?
I had my first song with that project. That was my first project I ever dropped, and that was one of my biggest songs on there.
No, facts.
You know, everything.
Facts. And then you, not only that, like this, you know, most rappers be making trilogies and double projects. This nigga had like 6 of them.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You ever seen that method where people be like having or even with Lil Wayne, you feel me?
Yeah.
Carter, you feel me? I wanted to do something like that, like, you feel me? It's been like a book of my life, like I'm telling about like different phases. Or this chapter, True Forever, the Journey.
Right.
The journey is basically going to imprint, like, you feel me? Whatever was going on in the beginning, you feel me? Or this True Forever, it ain't over, you feel me? I'm in the midst of this chapter or whatever, it's probably in the
Standing
middle
on
of it.
business, you know.
Trucarr, standing on business.
Yeah.
That's another chapter in the book, you feel me? All this whole thing is really like a chapter.
So is you about to? I heard you saying you bringing out a project called True Print, right?
Yeah.
Is that project like involved with that shit, like True Forever?
I would say it's a part of the True Forever.
Like the culminating, like, you know what I'm saying, the graduation.
It's probably telling you like a breakdown of how the fuck who the fuck wrote the book or how the fuck whatever.
Like the summaries
happened.
or
The summary of
yeah.
That's what a True Print is. You feel me? The summary of everything that's going on with a nigga or whatever I had to do. You feel me? Get to wherever I'm at right now.
But why do you think you need to bring
And
out?
growth.
Why do you think you need to bring out the? Okay, it's the growth. We see the growth already, right? But why do you think you need to bring out something that's gonna break down, something that's should be already law coming from you. Like that's who you are. So why do you think you need a breakdown of what you portraying, or not portraying, but what you giving to the people? Should there be a breakdown of that? Like,
shit. Nowadays you gotta understand we selling methods nowadays. Like you feel me? So
okay,
why not? You feel me? Put it together to where it's like. You feel me? Of course, people can go buy your book, but now where people are buying this thing to where they can get put on too. You feel me? That's what the true print is. You feel me? You're not just buying a book you can just read. You buying a book that's gonna help you get put on too. You feel me?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So now, how much more money can you make over that? You feel me?
A lot more if you're smart and you know what you
That's
reading.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a fact. Coming, okay, that's. We gonna get into the features and everything too. Like,
I got a lot of features for sure.
hey, bro,
You got some paper?
paper, you like Ross?
I go.
Man, come on, man. We only smoke Raws over here. What kind of paper were you trying to reach with? What paper y'all got over there, nigga? Ross? All right, bet, yeah, because that's what we smoking in here. Yo, listen, outside though, from that to outside, right? Because, like I said, you went through the True Forever, you done did a lot of songs after that. Like, you was working, you feel me? It seemed like every year from the My Journey project, you were dropping every year, or like damn near every 2 months type shit, you feel what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure.
And you was trying to get that hit, which now I'm not saying that no songs that you had before wasn't hitters and shit, but you definitely
was working to get the attention and make it go.
And then you hit the home run on the outside. Now, I ask everybody who make hits, like, what was you eating for breakfast that day, my nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? What was your routine? Like, cause for you to get up and make that hit, you know what I'm saying? Like, tell me your process on that. And did you even think that was gonna be a hit when you made that song?
I didn't think it was gonna be a hit. I didn't eat nothing that morning.
That's what the last nigga said too.
I was broke, man.
For real?
I was trying to figure this shit out.
Okay. Where was you at? You in Ontario?
I was in Ontario. I had a studio, but my Spanish partner was over at his studio earlier that morning, so I had told him to record me. When he punched me in, one of the part of the songs, I didn't get fucked up, but I said bro, like nigga, that's hard. So I kept it, and then shit when I posted it on the gram, shit people was fucking with it, so shit I was just like, I'm about to drop it right now. At that point. You know, in the beginning, I ain't gonna cap. Like, it's crazy when you get in the industry and shit like that. Yeah. I'm probably looking like I'm just daydreaming, but I'm really not. But when you get in the industry and shit like that, they be like, man, you gotta make sure you got a roll out. You gotta make sure you got this. Don't drop nothing without no money or something behind it or something. Bro, every song that I had that went busting, bro, I dropped that shit with faith and confidence, and that motherfucker did what it did.
So you saying you didn't have no rollout or nothing?
No rollout or nothing.
No cover art, no nothing. You just put that shit
cover art I made. Go look at my back end cover art. I was making my own cover art. I was gonna put a picture of myself, and you feel me? Yeah. And just put the parental advisory at the bottom, and put no words on the fucking cover.
So basically, you didn't know that it was gonna be. You just, like you said, you just was believing in your craft and shit, and whatever happened, it happened.
And at that point, I was just calling it swinging. I'm about to just swing. You feel me? Because if I don't put this shit out, you feel me? I ain't never gonna know.
So when you seen that first million as far as the views and everything, and then the labels start hitting you up, and you start, I'm pretty sure the labels was hitting you, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So what was that feeling like? Like, you must have felt like a nigga in the NBA, about to go to the NBA getting scouted. You heard me? Like,
that's the sign gonna keep it be like overwhelming for real, because you don't, especially when you don't got nobody that's in that shit for real or that did it before. Yeah. You're gonna be like, damn, what the fuck do I do? Yeah. I had situations where hell yeah, I could have took a lot of money, or I could have took a better deal than this deal, or a better deal as in money wise. But I was like, man, hell no, I ain't getting locked in no situation to where I'm gonna be locked in somewhere where I owe a motherfucker a handful of something that you know you ain't gonna get back. You feel me?
Facts.
Or that I know I can't go make in the streets myself. You did?
No, that's a fact. I'm pretty sure that the friends around you or people that you thought was friends started coming too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. So like, you gotta understand. I for sure know about that type of shit now. Like, to the point where you don't even be bothered by it. like I ain't phased by it too much.
Yeah.
But you gotta understand, like people gonna come from left to right all then as soon as you get some type of little going on, it don't matter what if it's a little type of motion. You gotta understand these people ain't got none. So any part of success you got, they gonna come out of nowhere thinking that they get this, hey, nigga, that's my boy. No, nigga, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, I believe, no, this the one. I believe in you since, like, forever. Like,
I'm not hearing like that shit.
Nah, that
I'm
shit.
not somebody you can tell that to.
Nah. That's a fact, man. I mean, like, that's like you said.
It go on though for sure.
Nah,
I mean, people still pop up out the cut.
You've been through it like 2 times though, my nigga.
Nah, for sure.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, we gonna talk about the other record, but I'm saying you've been through it with Outside, and then like I'm pretty sure when the other record dropped, you was already in tune
It
with
was
it.
just like a double.
Yeah.
But even for me to have it going on 2 times, like you feel me, because these ain't like no records that just went. Whatever, these is 2 records that did something that shook the city, or even had motion to the point where it shook other places in the world too. And then it go to the point where it be like, for me, I for sure already know for, like besides that, I already know not to give up, but I just know it's like more to do since that shit be happening like that. Like shit, another one, alright, bet.
Yeah.
Watch this thing, wait, the more I keep working, bet, watch, keep paying attention on everything. You're gonna see like a earthquake come, you feel me, a hell of a storm come, and you're gonna be like, damn, nigga,
No.
he got this, that, you feel me, all I gotta do is keep dropping, you feel me?
No, that's a fact. And it definitely shook the city up, you feel what I'm saying, that Outside record. Which you ended up getting Blueface on that record, right? As far as the remix, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to free Blueface, man.
Free
you
Blue.
know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Talk about you working with Blueface, and you know what I'm saying. You worked with Blueface on other records too,
Yeah,
as well, right?
yeah.
So talk about that. You and Blueface working together and shit like that, and everything.
Shit, it was dope. I ain't gonna count, bro, character, you know what I'm saying? Bro always got the studio lit. It's a party when you a bro, I ain't gonna count.
Yeah, that's it.
Shit, that's pretty much it. You a lit nigga.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Blue, Free Blue. So with that came with features. I'm talking about not just from West Coast artists. I'm talking about everywhere, right? I'm talking about you working with Kevin Gates, Coyle Ray,
Nah, for sure.
Rich the Kid, Draco the Ruler, Blueface. We just mentioned even reggaeton artists, man. You're like, what's his name? Eladio, Cody.
Eladio,
Yeah, so like, and Mozzie, G Perico, like RMC Mike. So talk about that as far as like how can you like?
I got the voice for this shit, bro. It's like really like you gotta understand. The West Coast for sure. We grew up off of like South music. So being that we already going up off the South music, being that somebody is from Cali and he sound like a South person too, they be like, damn, it's lit. Like we got our own now. You feel me? So when I'm coming out of nowhere doing that shit, you feel me? It even give the South people somebody easy to come fuck with because they be like, shit, he already sound like us. We can get on the song with him easy.
No, that's a fact. But you're not getting on records that sound like West Coast shit too.
Like, that's what I'm saying. So they can get on the song with me and they'll be like, it's still gonna sound like some shit for them type shit.
But do you ever like, you know what I'm saying? Do you ever like?
You don't hear no South artists coming and trying to go and do some West Coast shit.
Soulja Boy.
But come on now.
I'm just being real. I mean,
what was that one song that he was just what was that? Ricky
Big
Morty?
Soulja.
Ricky Morty. Ricky Morty. Like you feel me? He had that.
Yeah.
But other than that, like you feel me? We're not off of like that.
Well, I mean, other than that, my nigga, no, I haven't heard like you feel me any other Southern.
Ain't no other Southern artists doing no Cali shit.
Yeah. But if you want to talk about a Southern artist who actually from the West Coast and could go, we gonna talk about Master P.
But then again, Master P, we ain't off of Master P right now either. Like we ain't off of no Master P.
I feel like you could be the new Master P, my nigga.
Now we can talk about shit like that or the new motherfucker.
And like from Outside to the new record I'm talking about, which is Ghetto, which is like the hottest record right now. probably in the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're in the ghetto, like if you're in the ghetto, you playing this record. You know what I'm saying? In Brooklyn, they playing this record. You know, I'm from Brooklyn, and they for sure playing that in the club. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, that span, that's 2019 to now. This is 2025. This record dropped, right? Like, what was you thinking? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like, because I'm not gonna say it wasn't a fall off. But it was like, it was like a slow, like we wasn't getting those, you know, consistent singles, you know, records like that. You know what I'm saying?
That was me, like, not really pushing, like, at a point in time, you gotta understand, like, especially like when I dropped Outside, and even when Get Up dropped, those was dropped as like singles. Yeah. But even when I was on these tapes, when I was doing the tape back then, I wasn't even pushing none of this shit. I was just, matter of fact, and the time where it's saying, like, you would say, like, oh, where the fuck did Trucarr go? Yeah. I wasn't pushing none of my music. I was putting it out, but I wasn't putting it, like, putting the foot to the gas or nothing like that. Yeah. Like, or I was probably doing something and I wasn't giving the people what I should have been giving them. Yeah. You know, when you be like, hey, bro, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right. I was damn near doing some shit like that or not using my voice again, you feel me?
So you was trying something, like, you wasn't being your old self type of shit.
All right, now, so time go by and niggas be like, man, fuck it, I'm about to just start doing back what I, you feel me, what they like, you feel me? They gonna take it in how they take it, you feel me?
And that's when ghetto came.
And they felt like it's another version of some outside shit. Damn sure you can't be there with something like how you been doing.
Definitely, it's definitely like some 2025 outside shit, you know what I'm saying? Which is, you know what I'm saying, it's more of a faster record than, you know what I'm saying, we used to hearing from you too, like, you know what I'm saying? Sure. Cause usually you on that, you know, the sliding music and, you know what I mean? But right here it was fast, like in the club type shit, everybody. Yeah. So talk about that record too, like how you feel making that record, and you know what I'm saying, of course, you got EKE on that record as well.
Those are the motherfuckers, you gotta understand, like, you feel me? When shit come to be about like that, you feel me, you gotta take it in, then you gotta understand it's like, shit, you don't never think of, you don't never really be thinking like too much, like, oh yeah, this song gonna do that. So when they do that, it be like, okay, that's hard, everything, that go crazy, you feel me?
Yeah, so I mean, where is it at right now as far as like, is it going to go right now? Where's it going? Like,
I'm gonna be honest with you, once I paid attention to it, just like moving, I just take my eyes off of it. Cause I gotta know, I gotta get myself ready for the next thing that's coming. I can't sit back and just keep on watching or just focus on the situation. Okay. You gotta cook up the next product.
Alright. As far as you and EKE, where y'all standing right now?
He do what he do, I do what I do type shit.
Okay. So we gonna hear some more records coming sooner or later?
No. Alright.
Nah? Damn. Why not?
I'm just not doing no. You feel me? I'm working on me right now.
Okay. Respect it. Type shit. Respect it. So, let me ask you a few other questions, man, like slip and slide questions, man. We gonna go into these, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's either this or that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna pick your brain a little bit. All right. And yo, we got some people in the back. Don't think it's just AI controlling this motherfucking podcast, okay? You feel me? We got people back here. So if y'all wanna ask this nigga Trucarr some motherfucking questions, ask him some questions, y'all. You feel me? Put his ass in the hot seat. Let's go. All right. So, IE or SoCal?
T. I'm gonna go with the IE, I ain't gonna care.
Wow, shit.
You wanna know why?
Why?
That's where I got, like, you feel me? That's where I opened up my mind at, like, you feel me? It gave me a place where to open up my mind at. Remember, I told you every time you come back to LA, I like coming to LA when I gotta do something. You feel me? And when you're done with what you gotta do, go back to what the fuck you feel me?
Yeah.
It's not a place that you just sit, you feel me? Even when you got money, like a motherfucker come vacate out, like they got a house out there, you feel me? They'll be right there for like a week or two. Mm-hmm. Then they go fly and do whatever the fuck they gotta do.
That's a fact, yeah.
Like I said, IE gave me like that. Like, it's the trenches in the IE, don't get me wrong. But it's also some places out there, motherfucker, where you can get a peace of mind. Right. And then they'll be able to develop a motherfucking thought to be able to take your ass to the top. So I'll say the
IE. I'm glad you said IE. So would you get an IE bitch or a SoCal bitch? Cause I'm pretty sure you had them all over the world, the type shit. So you said what?
bitch.
IE bitch.
Yeah.
They like that. They like that. Yeah.
I mean, you feel me? Remember what I just said, you feel me? If I'm saying that they can be able to go get a peace of mind over there, it gotta be a bitch over there with another motherfucker that got a peace of mind. Not saying it ain't nobody in LA, but you battling with a lot of shit having a peace of mind because the majority of shit around you is fully gangbang. Everything in LA is too territorial. You feel me? So you majority dealing with that. You feel me? Your cousins and that and everything. So you really damn near probably a gangbanging ass bitch too. You feel me? Like I said, when you get away and go far away from motherfuckers that's not really on that, then you gonna find some motherfuckers that got some time to be thinking about what they want in life. That's a bitch that I want. A motherfucker that's thinking about what they want in life, not, oh, it's a hood fuck. No, bitch. Are we about to know? You feel me?
Yeah, I don't like them type of people.
You damn me go find a woman in the IE, you feel me?
Shout out to my girl. I'm glad you not like that. She from Brooklyn though. She was slapping motherfucker, but you know, she a teacher. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to you, baby. She having my kid. All right, new hip hop.
Am I wrong?
Nah.
Am I wrong?
Nah. IE bitches got the LA bitches be right now.
Oh yeah, we got some IE niggas in here. What you do?
I'm an LA nigga and I'm telling you the IE bitches.
Oh, no.
Yeah, come on now. Yeah. The LA nigga and IE bitches got them. They got them beat.
Shout out to Crease. That's Crease on the beat right there, man. K-Vo, what you think? Y'all know, real quick.
Shit. I don't know.
Not the Dino bitches though.
Nah,
not the Dino bitches. Not the Dino bitches.
Oh, my bad.
Into what they into, you feel me? Like, alright, so being based on
Look,
the
bro.
environment you from,
Like what he
you feel me?
said,
Based on
yeah.
the environment you from, you could probably be into a nigga that's on that type of time. Like, you want a nigga that carry his gun.
All I
every
gotta
day.
say is, I'm born and raised. And
You get me what I'm saying?
None of my
You feel
females ever
me?
been
Bro can't walk up to a bad bitch, not like that. But just like that game, you can't walk up to a bad bitch.
That's what I'm saying. Deal crazy.
You ain't on that. Man,
look,
walk
I
up
don't
to
know
a bad
what you
bitch in the
think.
IE and she bad, you gonna probably get a chance.
You on
You
God.
gonna be like, yeah, this nigga probably got something going for himself.
Crack you up.
But they not used to a nigga saying something to them.
You feel me?
Niggas be scared. Niggas are just scared.
Out here, look, cause I feel like I said, it's really about your persona though too. If you got the confidence, you can crack anything. Cause I was 60 pounds heavier before my girl, bro. I was cracking everything. You feel me? Like, we not even gonna.
Now, what was you doing? Did you have some chains on, or was you in the club spending money and shit like that?
No, I was just being me. I was just being respectful and a stand-up nigga, and I just walk up to them and pick their mind instead of trying to pick their pocket first. And a lot of these niggas be thinking what they did. You feel me? That's how you know what I'm saying? But you got, I'm not trying to friend a bitch, but at the end of the day, you feel me?
Alright, so now let me be real with you. You said you was big around the time.
Yeah, I was, shout out to my journey.
So you want now let me put you on game. This what these bitches called. Oh yeah, he's just like a teddy bear to me, like to the point where. No, wanna know what that means? No, I'm about to put you on game.
Hold on.
No. So let's be like, no, there's nothing wrong with it too. Cause you feel me? You just in the wrong area, you're looking for the wrong bitch. You feel me? Because if you go take that somewhere else, another bitch ain't gonna take it like this. You feel me? So now it's gonna be to the point where it be like, she got a gangster nigga on the side, bro. You feel me? That nigga probably call her a bitch and everything. But the only soft side she gonna be able to call is you. You feel me?
But I mean,
that's gonna do that.
I used to be a teddy bear, but I turned into a grizzly bear.
You feel me? So out here, you gotta be hard on
You
them.
gotta be. You gotta
What
be.
the fuck?
Yeah.
You
gotta understand.
Can't let up.
You gotta understand. I'm from New
You got the
York.
black things on.
Oh, shit.
mama.
Yeah, damn, this nigga.
But I'm not like that. I'm
No,
not.
I know what you're talking about. I've heard that before.
A certain place to do certain
I've heard
things.
that before.
Like,
That's
you
why I
can't-
started laughing.
You can't be that.
know what I'm saying?
Even me, even if I'm a sweet person, on my mama, I'm really a caring person.
Yeah.
I can't really show that to these bitches out here. They gonna run all over me.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah,
The
that's a fact.
fuck? Yeah, I gotta go show that to a bitch that's cool, calm, and collective.
That is seeing something. You
You
can't.
want more for her life.
Oh, God.
No, yeah, but you know, that ain't gonna work.
Out here in LA, a bitch
Like
they
a
want
New
you to
York,
call her a
a
bitch.
New York bitch gonna like, you feel me? A New York bitch is extra aggressive, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? We gonna pass on that one. New York, look, new hip hop or old hip hop? Oh,
New hip hop, I'm a part of the new hip hop. I like old hip hop though.
yeah.
Yeah, cause it got more substance.
Who's your favorite old Hip hop artist.
DMX, I'm saying DMX, Lil Wayne, Boosie, motherfucking Game was hard at the time.
Boosie is old hip hop.
Yeah.
I'm a young nigga. I'm 29.
Yeah, we can know.
I'm not a young nigga, but you feel me?
You said DMX.
In middle school, I was listening to Boosie, so you feel me? That's old hip hop to
Early
Boosie.
Boosie.
old?
Yeah, Boosie old.
Elementary school.
Oh yeah, you know, yeah,
Middle school, yeah, middle school.
Set it out.
You feel me? So,
Lil Wayne too, yeah, you know, Lil Wayne is
Lil
like
Wayne,
9.
No Limit, Master P and them.
Okay.
I can't even say right now, like, you feel me, like I said, since I became an artist, I don't really got like too much of a favorite artist because I'm trying to perfect my own craft. You feel me? I fuck with
You would say that
other people's music,
yeah.
but it's like, shit, I'm on what I'm on, you feel me?
So if you could like,
It's not like I can listen to these niggas shit all day. I listen to it, but I'm not about to just be like, that's my shit.
so who like, this is a segue question to the question. So new hip hop, if there's new artists out here, there's a lot of new artists, whoever you paying attention to, you want to shout them out, whatever. Who would you want to work with or do a song with, like an artist that you see that's doing their shit?
A new artist.
Yeah. Or it could be an old artist. Maybe you want to do a feature with an old artist. That's, you know what I'm saying?
I still want to do something with Boosie.
Okay.
I do something with Boosie. Who else? A new artist, I'm gonna say.
And Boosie worked with West Coast. You know, he signed Spiffy.
I got them that do something with Chief Keef too.
Whoa, I can hear that. That would be hard.
Chief Keef. That's hard.
Yeah.
Chief Keef.
That's different.
Yeah,
That's different.
that's hard. Okay.
Okay. Chief Keef.
All right. Indica or sativa?
Indica.
He said split.
Split.
Indica.
He smoking, yeah, he smoking like I was smoking. Yeah, that's that New York split shit.
For sure.
Yeah, that's the real way to smoke. Y'all niggas over here smoking them log shits that y'all smoking. Huh?
Speaking of which, can I see
The
papers?
papers? For sure. I can't. Ooh, they call me Peyton, man. Red man. Nikes or Adidas?
Nikes.
Nikes.
Yeah.
Have you ever wore Adidas?
Hell yeah, I wear some shell toes, but yeah.
What about Yeezys? You fuck with Yeezy?
Yeah, I wear a couple Yeezys. I got some Yeezys. I think like the workout one type shit.
Man, shout out to Uncle Ye, man.
Didn't they take those from my boy though?
You said what?
Didn't they take those from?
Nah, that nigga, well, the company, they fell back, but he ended up getting his own shit. Like, you know, he owned that shit completely now. So he got his 2.7 billion back. He feeling himself.
2.7 billion.
You know, all that. That's all that back.
And they making them bitches in fucking Skechers right now, nigga, for the cheap. No
Yeah,
cap,
this nigga
every
red.
kid.
No, it's like $5.
Yo, for real?
Hell yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Everywhere.
Shout out to Ye, though, man. Shit, he getting his money, he getting his bread. Hey, man, so look, new singles, Cheat Code, 5-star, you feel what I'm saying? Is these records, like, gonna be on the new album,
That Cheat Code ain't mine, that's somebody else's shit. That was somebody else's shit.
Who's
That's
that?
somebody else's shit, my nigga Dom.
Okay, but the Cartel Hundo is on there as well.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah.
Shout out to Cartel Hundo, you are.
He like one of the people that's featured on it. He was there that day though, but
I feel like that nigga different too. Like
yeah, he hard though. He was spitting. I ain't gonna cap.
He got some different shit. But where
Five
is
Star
like
gonna be on the tape.
you said what?
5-star gonna be on the tape with a
5-star?
feature on it.
Okay. So that's like is that your first single type shit? Is Ghetto gonna be on True Pimp?
Nah.
Alright.
5-star gonna be on there. That's the first single for sure.
Okay.
And then I got Joe Moses feature on that with the video. That's gonna
Ooh,
be
okay, that should be alright.
That's about to drop.
Alright. So the True Print, when is the True Print coming out?
Shit like 3 days. For real. Loading on fucking on the little distro right now.
How many tracks you got on there?
13.
13. And who's like the producers that you gonna set out on there?
Shit.
There's a lot of them?
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Shout out JR. my nigga Creed.
Creed, big head ass.
I can't even really think right now, for real.
But yeah, shout out to JR. I think you talking about, if I know him, JR, I think he made some shit for the Cuzzos too, right? That's that nigga.
Nah, this is a dude that worked at a fucking car shop.
Oh, the Mexican nigga?
And he worked at T7.
Yeah, he got that orange Corvette.
Damn, you know my nigga?
That's my nigga.
Yeah.
I used to be like, you know, I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Him and my nigga Jigsaw.
My nigga, yo, that's my
They
niggas.
both, they made the beat for me and Rio.
A word?
Yeah, me and Rio, the end of the beat.
Yeah.
They made that beat.
My nigga JR.
They made the beat for me and Blue Bugs too. A while back.
That's fucking crazy, yo.
Yeah, that went viral too.
This nigga right, yo, that nigga
I
is,
used to live in that garage.
that in the back, yeah, with the,
In the studio. I used to live in that bitch for like a year.
nigga used to pull up to that studio,
Nigga used to
man.
live in that bitch.
When he made outside.
On everything.
That's where outside was made?
Nah, I made outside and then I moved here.
Okay.
Nigga
But
lived in the
yeah,
garage.
that garage, yo, I used to pull up over there and make some shit, man, make some beats and shit, bro.
You talking about the one that was on Wilmington? I like by that, like, you feel me?
It was like it was like
Industrial area.
Yeah.
This one was on the period that I'm talking about. He got a new shop. Oh man, in the period.
It's gotta be. It was way back when it was 2017.
Oh, they used to redo the whole way.
Yeah. Yeah, I was there. That shit is cold though. True Print, man. Other than that, is there anything new that you got
Man,
coming
the
out?
True Print on the way. Shit, May 29th I got a show. The True
Okay.
Print release party. I'm put up. It's going crazy on my mom. On your mom. On everybody else, man. No cap. Shit, I'm about to be in Atlanta, goddamn.
That's all about to ask
the
you
day-
leaving.
The day, tomorrow, the day after that,
Okay.
I'm about to be in Atlanta. You feel me? Going crazy out there. I'm gonna do a release party out there too. Shit.
This nigga about to make a beat.
25 8 shit worldwide, no matter where you at, you better do that. 100 enough though. Keep it 100 with your motherfucking self, not me. That's what you're supposed to do. Fuck up. Some more shit I gotta say though. Hold up. What the fuck? Video shoot coming soon on your thing. Which one you want? It don't matter. I'm about to shoot all them old. What else? God damn it. I'm about to go do some shit with goddamn Sirius XM Atlanta. You feel me? We going crazy. You know, my mama. We outside with the vibes. Don't play with that. Your motherfucking way with it. Shout out to my dog for having we in this motherfucker on your thing. In the building podcast. Trucarr in the motherfucking building on your thing. Where we at with it? You wasn't outside on your thing. Fuck up for sure.
Hey, listen, before you go, that was hard. Yeah.
Hey, he took over right there. Why you doing like that, True? Why you
about to drop
Hey,
the
True,
mic
that's
and
how
leave,
you.
man.
Hey, that's how you end the interview.
Yeah, that's how you end it. And then, you know, for all y'all that know, God damn, I ain't never had nobody.
All the
do that.
energy. He saved all his energy for the
I couldn't stop
outro.
him because it was too cold. Like, you feel
He
me?
saved his energy for the outro.
Yo, listen. This nigga right here, son. Yeah.
We up to something, man.
Hey, I appreciate you coming in, bro.
It's about to be a hell of a year, bro.
Yeah,
For you
it's
too.
already, no, for sure though, but it's already
Already.
happening for you. And I want you to know that you just got a long time. Like I seen the elevation, bro, and like it's just so funny how shit like you said clocked in worldwide and how like a clock and just turn around in
I'm
time
playing out.
and come back in circle time, bro. We here right here. You feel what I'm saying? It's just an honor for real. And I'm proud of you though. I'm just telling you that right now.
Appreciate you.
Let me ask you before you go. What's in the building mean to you, bro? As far as in the building, when you hear in the building, what
I'm
does that
in the
mean to
building,
you?
I'm clocked in. 25 days shit, worldwide. No matter where I'm at, I'm there.
I'm there.
The fuck?
Hey.
In the building, you clocked in. That mean you working. Where was you at? Oh, where was your antennas?
Hey, you heard it right? Shit. Trucarr in this motherfucker. This Red in the Building. This In the Building podcast. Yo, shout out to motherfucking Mantra LA. Shout out to the Heart of LA. That's what we sponsored by. You know, you see the shirt right here. And shout out to Mad Exotics. You know, I got some Mad Exotics rolled up in this bit.
Shout out to my mom, man. Shout out to my mom.
Shout out mine, dude. You better
Shout out to everybody.
your grandma too.
Shout out to my girl, yo.
Kids.
That's carrying my seed right now.
Shout out
Getting
to
big,
the girl
yo.
that's here.
Shout out to Noah. He about to be here, yo. Shout out to y'all too, man. Red in the building. Trucarr in the building. We outside, but we got to be outside this motherfucker. We out.
right?